Alright gang, welcome to Hansens Speed Shop. So yes, this is how I like to work on mini bikes outside on top of garbage cans. So if you remember last summer we started a Briggs 5-horse Raptor build, and then I kind of stalled out on it once I got basically kind of started on it because we didn't have a chassis to put it in. So I picked up this chassis recently, and when I got it, it was a running mini bike. It's like a 70 or 71 cat slingshot. Same thing that I built my purple mini bike out of with the Predator Hemi in it. I really like the look of these cat slingshot mini bikes. It's got a really cool look on it. This thing has a 2 horsepower Briggs flathead engine in it. Like, I think it's like a 71, and it actually runs fairly good, but it's just bone stock. And it's the clutch that was on here was totally toasted, so it was just slipping really bad, and I could tell this thing's just not gonna have enough power to pull my big ass around. So this is going to be perfect to do an engine swap for a Raptor build. So if you don't remember that build, you can go check out that videos on my mini bike playlist on the channel. But we're basically starting with kind of a double roller bearing Briggs engine, 5 horsepower flathead engine, and we're building it up high performance, maybe somewhere in the 8 to 9 horsepower range. That's what we're going to throw in here. So it should be pretty cool. Let's go take a look at our engine. So this is the engine right here, our block and head. The other day I was starting to polish the head, so that's looking really good. The head was also milled down for higher compression. Here's our block. Last year I did valve reliefs on it. It's all ported, polished. So this just needs to get cleaned. I already honed the cylinder. We got to lap our new valves in, but we got to clean our block up, and then that can get painted, and then we can start putting this thing back together because I have all the parts in those boxes to put it together. So what I'm going to do now is just pull this engine out. Super simple, 4 bolts. Unhook the kill switch wire up here, and it should come right out. And then basically the only things we have planned with this chassis is I just kind of want to leave it as is, just so it can kind of beat around on it and have fun with it. I got to figure out a seat for it. The seat that was on here was pretty crappy, and I didn't really like the look of it, so I got to figure a seat out for this. And then I'm planning on putting a torque converter style clutch on here, so hopefully we can get that all to fit. I'm not positive if that's going to work or not, but I just got one of the cheapy, like $60 ones, so if we can modify it or not, I'm not sure. Otherwise I'm not really planning on doing anything with the chassis itself. If we do run the torque converter, this foot peg might be a little bit short, so I might have to make a longer foot peg or something, because the torque converter is going to stick out quite a bit, so we might have to make a longer foot peg on this side or something. We'll figure that out when we get to that point. So I'm going to pull this motor out, and the next thing we'll take a look at will be once I start cleaning the Raptor block and then getting that painted, and then we can start putting that together. Alright guys, so I got the old motor pulled out, super simple like I said. I got the new block and head in here just for mock-up to see how this is going to look, and it looks really cool. Trying to keep this thing all vintage too, so this was like the perfect chassis. I think these originally would have come with like a 3 or 4 horsepower Tecumseh, but still flathead. I'm kind of more of a fan of the Briggs engines over the Tecumsehs anyway. So hopefully we can make all this work. It should be no problem. But this is definitely going to be a lot better and a lot more power than what was in here. The next thing I'm going to do is just throw the header pipe that I was planning on running on here to see how that's going to work. And then I don't have my clutch yet, and we can't really test fit that really till the motor's more together. But going to be really sweet. I've always wanted a real hopped up flathead mini bike, like we talked about when I first started building this engine. So this was not the first flathead that I built, but the last time I built one was back when I was in like high school, like one of the first engines I ever put together. So I'm gonna put a header pipe on here just to see if that's gonna clear or what. I've got two to choose from, and just see how that looks. All right, guys, so I had two header pipes to choose from. I had the shorty style one, which is just the same diameter and then has kind of like this trumpet type end on it. This is the same one that I have on my sports style mini bike. And then I found this one on eBay a long time ago. It's off of like an old race go-kart or something, but it's a staged pipe, so it starts off at this diameter, and then right about here it gets a little bit bigger, and then the end's quite a bit bigger and has the same style tip on it. And then this piece, it's just in here, it'll bolt right here, and then it has, this is a support strap because this is so long. With this one you don't really need one, but when they're this long, you got to run like a support strap. But this is the one I'm going to go with because it'll fit on here. Kind of hard to do this with one hand, so it'll fit on here. Clearance should be really good. Shouldn't have to do anything like modifying or anything. So that'll look really cool on here. Should sound awesome. And this one should perform a little bit better than this one anyway. So now that we know that's gonna work, like I said, the next thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this to my shop, put it in the parts washer, clean it all up because it's got a lot of metal shavings and stuff in it from when we did honing the cylinder and porting and all that. So get this thing cleaned up really good, and then we can paint it. So we're gonna paint the block, paint the side cover, paint the recoil cover, and then I'm gonna leave the head polished. It's not like a super good polished job, but it'll look good enough with the rest of the mini bike. So I'm thinking we might go with like a gold on the engine. I'm not 100% yet sure on that. And then I'll probably do the header in like a flat black header paint. So next thing, like I said, that we're gonna do, clean that thing up, get it painted, and then we could start assembly. All right, gang, so I got the engine all cleaned up and painted. Obviously decided to go with this VHT, the metallic gold. So I used up this whole can on everything. I might need to pick up another can, but this was the last one at Advanced Auto, so I'm not sure if they'll have any more. I'll check some of the other auto parts stores, maybe give this thing a little bit, needs a little bit more here and there, but it's pretty good. Then, now that we got to that stage, the next thing I'm gonna do is lap in the valves and then just give it a final cleaning. And then we can start assembling this thing. All right, guys, so this is the last step I'm going to do for this video. So these are our new valves. They're stainless steel, high performance valves that show you here. So the stem is cut so that these flow really good. So what I'm going to do now is just get these lapped in. Just old school valve grinding compound and the old school lapping tool. Pretty simple. And then once we get that done, we're basically ready to start putting this thing back together. I've got everything that we need now to put this thing together. Everything's all painted up really nice. Also, I didn't mention it. I gave it everything a second coat of the gold, and then I went over everything with the satin clear. Looks really nice, has turned out pretty good. Just for an old mini bike engine, pretty happy with it. So I'm gonna get these valves lapped in, and then next time we'll start assembling this thing. And maybe by the end of that video, not sure if by then we'll get the thing fired up and running. We'll see. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. Until next time, get out, work on your own projects, get those hands dirty and greasy, stay cool, and we'll catch you cats on the next one. Thanks for watching.